before we start. The real and phrase is Wellerman.
Got it.
Love it. Wellerman.
All right.
Get up my notes. All right.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's fucking do it then. Shadow, you ready?
Yep. Live scene.
All right.
We're up.
And we're up.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wonderful. Then, hello everyone, and thank you for joining us in this wonderful new journey of ours. My name is Apple. I shall be your host, your DM, your dungeon master, and the torturer of these four lovely players.
Yeesh.
Let's start with introductions. Shadow, why don't you go first?
Hello, everyone. My name is Shadowmaster G6. I'm going to be playing. Well, you'll see who I'm going to be playing. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you once again, and I hope we all have a spectacular time here.
Blue, how about you go next?
I'm Blue. I'll be playing Dream. They, them pronouns for both of us. Thanks for coming.
Plot?
Hey, I'm Plot Smoke, and I'll be playing some guy. You'll see, and it's gonna be interesting. Glad to be here.
And last but not least, Kay.
Hey y'all, I'm Kay, also known as Phenomenon. I'm going to be playing a very interesting little character. She, her pronouns for both of us.
And like I said, I'm Apple Juice. It's spelled like Beetlejuice. And without further ado, let us get this started. For those of you who are unfamiliar with this stream, we were going to be playing Mutants and Masterminds 3rd edition. It's D&D, but with superheroes, and all of us are as new to it as most of you probably are, so we are going to be fumbling and stumbling a lot, and that's going to be half the fun. So I ask you to be gentle and be patient and fuck around with us.
And find out.
And find
Let's go.
out.
All the findings.
So, superhero stories at their core, the story that you are being invited to tonight, are fundamentally stories of power, of what happens when individuals suddenly gain more power than they bargained for, when they lose power, when they abuse power. And the individuals you are going to be following throughout the course of this story are, at least in this moment and in this world, more powerful than any human in our reality and our understanding. And so with that in mind, let's take some of that power away. So, Shadow, my improv prince, if you would be so kind as to tell me of a moment when Hex felt powerless.
Hex felt truly powerless when he, well...
Wait, pause, Shadow, pause for a second.
Pausing very much,
Yeah.
pausing.
Prim just said audio cut.
Oh.
So don't want you to get into that if audio's out.
Is that on my end, or?
I'm looking at Blue's stream.
I see.
Let me see 1 sec. Oh, Art said they can
Okay,
hear us.
Art says he can hear. Okay, so it's just Blue.
Okay.
I mean, it's just Prim.
Just Prim. All right, wonderful. Then in that case, I believe you were being made powerless. Hex, please continue.
Well, the start of Hex's career, when his siblings rapidly gained their powers, and he didn't, when they were sent off to a very high class and prestigious school, and the rest of his family members always questioned why wasn't he as special as his siblings.
Understood. And I think that feeling, for the very least, was integral to what Hex has become today. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Then keep that in mind as we move forward in the game. Kay,
Yeah.
would you be so kind as to tell me a time of when Ghost felt truly powerless?
So, Ghost is the youngest of 7, and she grew up in like a small farming type town. And one of her tasks, as being the littlest, she was the goat herder. They had a little flock of goats, did some milk, some fancy ass feta cheese, all that kind of stuff. And she was over the goats. There was one evening as she was about to head to bed as usual, and she heard the goats outside making a ruckus. Now, goats can be noisy anyhow, but this was a special kind of ruckus. So, Ghost went out and saw that in the process of trying to escape, as goats do, they had torn down part of their fence, and there were 3 coyotes in the pen with her goat. And she was outside, barefoot in a nightgown, just looking at her goats, feeling powerless, feeling helpless, terrified that she was about to watch them die.
Wonderful. And remember that feeling as we move forward in our game today. Next up, Prallum. When was a time that your character felt truly powerless?
Are you muted? Muted?
Whoops, thanks. Sorry. I would say it's probably when he realized that they weren't allowing him to see his parents, and they kept getting put off and put off. And it was like, well, wait a minute. There's not that many excuses in the world, and there was nothing he could do about it. Couldn't get any answers. Couldn't get anything out of anybody. There was literally nothing he could do.
All right. And remember that feeling as we move forward through the story, through these next couple of weeks. Dream. When was a time that your character felt truly powerless?
I think Dream was when Dream was cast from their home by their siblings, and their power was like literally stripped from them. Um, they tried to they tried desperately to cling to the realm that they're from, but they couldn't. They were weak and bloodied and bruised, and they couldn't do anything about that.
You're a little bit low, Blue, is what people are saying.
Oh, am I? Sorry, I'll talk up. Let's see. Is that better? Is that better for y'all?
You were good for me.
Yeah, you were fine.
Yep. You guys can hear me fine? Let
Good
me
for me
know.
as well.
I love this.
Art is saying no difference, so it must
No
be
difference.
something in.
Could be something in stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll mess around with some stuff and see if I can fix that.
Seemed there was a similar problem for Shadow as well with like low gain and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
I want to just check that on your side as well. But yeah, each of these characters have at some point in their previous lives felt powerless, and I'm sure it's no coincidence that now, in the present time, they find themselves in the first act of our tale. Prism City, the city of power, named not only for its incredible innovations in the energy industry that powers a decent percentage of the entire country, but also for the sheer staggering mobility that those who know how to wield the strings and pulleys and systems of this city to their advantage. And so we start within. Dream, you awaken. You don't remember when you fell asleep. You don't remember when exactly you lost track of whatever it is you were doing previously. But you awaken to the sound of shattering glass. And as your eyes shoot open, you find yourself lying in a sterile pod that has recently been broken open. Liquid comes rushing out. You realize that you must have been submerged in some kind of fluid. And roll me a straight up perception check.
Ugh. All right. First roll. Let's go.
Let's go. Come on. Let's keep the energy. The energy we always have.
All right. I got a 20.
A 20.
20.
Nice.
Right. It is very hard to notice things through the sound of a blaring alarm that has been going for who knows how long. But you notice that, one, your piercings are gone. Your clothing is gone. You are in some sort of strange hospital gown. And there is someone standing over you. You see a figure also sort of wearing a hospital gown. This sort of dark-skinned figure, horribly matted hair, also in a strange hospital gown. You see they are missing an arm. And wielding what appears to be a very recently fired sort of high-tech laser weapon, and they sort of leer down at you and say, "Do you have healing powers?"
Not for you.
And would you please
I
describe
mean, it doesn't
what this
work
figure
that way.
sees?
Okay, this person sees Dream. Their Dream is like 6'5" to 6'7", depending on who's asking. Their weight is immense. My nigga is chunky. Okay, we have inky black pupil and sclera, like a wide, short nose, and like kind of button type. Sits on their face. They have a round face, and of course, a killer smile. I think they kind of, and they have this fucking gown on, and I think that's the first thing they look at, and they say, "Where's my jacket?"
And they just kind of move to the next pot over. And Ghost, same thing. You don't remember when you fell asleep, but you awaken to the sound of straight up just shattering glass, and you are suddenly just awakening in this pod, and you hear, do you have healing power?
What in the whole and entire fuck is going on? Who the hell is you?
Roll me a perception check.
Straight up perception. 19.
19. You also don't know where your clothes went. You're wearing this sort of very strange hospital gown, and you have a sense beyond the standard 5 of most humans, Ghost. You know what it's like to feel connected to a sort of wider world. And you still feel that. You can still feel your senses sort of reaching out to the various technology that is throughout. But the internet goes, the outside world is completely shut off from wherever the hell you are right now. And that is a very strange feeling. Upon realizing that you as well do not have healing powers, they just go, fuck, man! And they will make their way over to the third pod. And Hex. Same with you. Glass shattering, and you are awakening in this strange facility, this blaring alarm, this sort of one-armed figure just sort of looming over you with this intense-looking stare. Do you have healing powers?
I do, but where are we?
Can you? And she like gesture to her arm. You see that she is very quickly bleeding out.
That's not good. You need medical attention right away. And
yeah, no shit.
Hey, that's no way to treat somebody who's trying to save you. And Hex is a very lanky figure. He'll sit up from the pod and like brush back his white hair. He has piercing green eyes. Through his medical gown, there's like a very golden glowing ink across his chest. As he sits up and stares in disbelief at this person, he's going to reach out and try to summon the powers of Gaia, with an attempt to try and heal them.
And as that happens, I forgot to mention, Ghost, could you please describe your character and what this figure sees?
Sure. When this person looks down into this cubby, they see relatively short, maybe 5'5", 5'6", I guess average height. Heavy set woman, dark brown skin, even darker brown eyes. And the thing you notice the most is a massive head full of dreadlocks, where almost each one of them is a different, incredibly vibrant hue. And she has freckles everywhere.
Very nice.
Like,
so yes. So Hex, you are reaching out with your powers. Would you please roll me Guy's Embrace?
Okay. Hold on one second. I don't think I have a... Oh, I do. I do have a macro for it. Excellent. Boop. Oh, I did use all the good rolls earlier. Rip.
Very much
Oh
did.
my God.
Would you please describe for me what Guy's Embrace looks like?
So a very golden aura will surround them for a moment, and then the place where their arm is, it starts to be cladded in mud.
And you see, so she kind of like looks down at her arm as the mud sort of stymies the bleeding, and she's not in immediate risk of dying. She breathes. Thanks. Do you know this guy? And she's sort of pointing towards the fourth pod.
Against his better judgment, Hex is going to say, or against his better judgment, he's going to furrow his eyebrows and look into the next pod and say, yes, this is my best friend. We need to get him out of here too. You still haven't answered the question. Where are we?
Roll a deception check.
Deception.
And I will give you a +5 circumstance bonus because, yeah, she's not really too worried about being lied to right now.
Okay. 22 plus 5, that's 27.
Nice.
Yeah. For those who haven't noticed, numbers are a bit higher threshold here than in D&D. Yeah, she goes, all right, and we'll sort of aim this laser pistol over towards the fourth pod and
Hex will cover his
blast it.
face because he doesn't want glass to get all in his face.
Yeah, no, you're all like sort of covered in these glass shards. It's not a good time. And Prallum, you also awaken it's sitting in this pod, this sort of very sort of oxidized liquid gushing and falling away from the broken glass, and you are faced with this figure and three others to your right. Would you please describe what they all see?
They see just a guy, brown skin, probably 5'8.5", 190, locks, tinted specs, all black, because who has time for fashion? Yeah.
And she kind of is pacing around the room. Right, you asked where we were. I think we are, and I would like you to roll me a history check, everyone.
What would history be?
Either just straight up intellect if you don't have expertise in history, or history if you have proficiency in it.
I got a 15.
Yeah, I don't even see history on there. So straight up
Yeah,
intellect.
Then it would be straight up intellect, which for those of you who are tuning from D&D is basically intelligence.
Alright, that.
Prallum and Dream, as you are looking at this weapon, as you are looking at this facility, you begin to very quickly recognize the tech. This is Serpent Tech. Serpent is an organization which specializes in extra-normal humanoid capture, control, protection, enforcement, that sort of thing. Which doesn't make sense because both of you know for a fact that you have very much sort of kept your powers and kept the states of your being under wraps. You know you shouldn't be here.
Is there anything I can roll to jog my memory as to how I got here? As Dream is like climbing out of the tank, they kind of survey the three of you, four of them, and then they just look around the room trying to figure out how you said Serpent Tech?
Yeah.
Yeah, how fucking Serpent even got a hold of them. And I think they're gonna start walking to look for an exit.
Yeah. I will say roll me a will saving throw. So that'll be your will defense.
Ooh. All right, I got a 28.
28.
Yeah.
Nice.
God diggity damn. Right. Dream. You are a creature that is sovereign over the domain of sleep and hallucination, that which is not and that which is not yet. For anyone else, they would have no memory of what transpired when they were asleep. For you, thinking back, you remember a haze. And as you're searching through your memory, you remember that pod and remember sort of lying in wait in this space, in this limbo. And it is much longer than a single night or even 2 nights. But before you were here, before you were in the pod, the last thing you remember is falling asleep in one of your many, many different bases from your tours. Peaceful, or perhaps not so peaceful, depending on how rowdy you were feeling that particular night. And thinking back on it, you now remember the sound of a key card being used to access your hotel room while you were sleeping.
The motherfuckers.
And that is what you remember.
Okay. Dream is pissed And I think they look to the person who like broke the pod open, and they kind of nod to the gun. Where'd you get that? What's going on?
From him, and she kind of points at. You notice there are several corpses strewn about the room now of various lab-coated ladies and gentlemen. You notice that one of them appears to be wielding a scalpel and a very recently used sort of like operation table, and sort of strewn about on the floor is the charred, severed arm of what you can only assume to be this individual.
Got it.
There's going to be more coming. I think we're in a serpent facility. Do you know where we are?
Ghost pulls herself out of the tank and just stands there dripping on the floor. Just give me a second, y'all. Let me see if I can talk to some friends who might be able to tell us a little something. And
You talk to ghosts?
she tries to not quite ghost. Well, kinda, I guess. She tries to tap into whatever sensor or camera network might be in this building.
Wonderful. You do notice there are several cameras, sort of like blaring alarm system that is going off in this building, and you sort of reach out to it. Is there any particular look to your powers, Ghost?
Ghost powers look like ghost powers honestly don't really have a look. You can't see ghost powers. But if you're standing close enough to Ghost when she uses her powers, you can feel a tickle on your skin as all of the hairs on your body stand up from little bursts of pure static electricity that are coming off of her. And if you stand next to her long enough, you might smell a strange, very crisp, very fresh smell. But otherwise, no, you don't see anything.
And conversely, you, Ghost, you reach out to the machinery within the room, to the cameras, to the computers, and as per the nature of your powers, as you sort of extend a portion of yourself to bridge the gap between humanity and machine, you take on a bit of the characteristics of a machine yourself, and the machines in turn take on a bit of humanity. And I would like you to roll me a technology check to see how well you can sort of interface with this machinery.
All right. Check.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill. Hey, how you doing? Like I said, they my friends.
So yeah, you reach out to the camera, and everyone else, you see the camera sort of like lilt its head almost to the side as if tilting it, and Ghost, you hear a voice in your head. Hi.
Hiya, darling. How are you doing today?
I see you.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm glad you can see me. Now, honey, what I need you to do is let me see everything you can see and what all your little friends can see.
Oh yeah, sure. And Ghost, you are sort of shunted through this network of security cameras. Immediately outside of this room, sort of to the east, you can see what appears to be a squadron of armed serpent soldiers making their way towards the room that you're in from what appears to be a warehouse building. Sort of flicking through other cameras, you can see what appears to be a storage room, a break room, a weapons room, a sort of main lounge area. You see a camera in the bathroom of what appears to be another sort of like lab-coated figure, just sort of like hiding inside of a locked room.
Okay. Okay.
And you get a fairly decent layout of the facility you're in. It is strange. You're familiar with Serpent. You're familiar with sort of what they do, the scope of what they are. They are probably one of the biggest enforcers of superhuman law out there. What you are in does not appear to be a Serpent-sanctioned facility. It appears to be almost a black site of sorts.
Good. Good.
But no, you
Ghost.
see soldiers are sort of making their way towards the main door that Prallum is making his way against now, and they appear to be getting ready to breach.
Of
All right.
course.
Ghost steps away from the camera and opens her eyes. I now, y'all. We got some problems coming in. You over there, last one to wake up. Get away from them doors. There's a whole mess of folks about to come down that hall. We need to find a way to get out of this goddamn room as soon as possible.
Well, thank you. This is, yeah. He's like real spacey.
How many did you say there were?
Look, honey, I wasn't paying enough attention to count, but there was at least 7 or 8 of them.
That's enough for me. And Hex is gonna look down at the doctor and go for their key card.
You quickly search the pocket of the doctor and find a key card. You notice the figure that freed you just kind of start blasting at storage containers towards the south end here and sort of like digging through them.
I would like to use a power.
What would you like to use, Prallum?
I will. He looks at the ghost and says, "You you said how many? How many's coming?"
Ghost blinks at him. I believe there's about 7 or 8, but I was looking pretty fast. Let me double check for you, honey.
So no need. It's cool. How about this? And he creates a barrier made of stone that crosses the door, like an extra layer of stone wall, completely covering like this whole.
Alrighty. Is there any particular look to Prallum's powers as he does this?
This particular one, it's very faint because he's basically manipulating atoms and molecules on a molecular level. So you might see a faint blur, like a lot of heat emitting, but it's like, but it's like real faint. If you catch it at the right angle, you'll see like heat blur emitting from whatever is happening that he does.
Alrighty. And you all watch as this sort of very sort of primordial layer of stone covers this central door, and you hear sort of muffled shouting and banging coming from the other side of it.
Anybody any other way out of here?
Whose fucking guitar is this? What? And you see the woman just kind of like rifling through storage lockers. Dream, you see your guitar.
I snatch it from her hands.
Hey,
I look at it as if it is the most precious jewel that has ever been created. I hug it, actually.
I remember that. I made that.
Ghost sees this happening and freezes.
That was a good time.
You know, maybe
Dream
right
like
now.
gives Prallum a look. You didn't make this. And they continue to like rifle through the container that she picked that up from.
You see your stuff, your clothes, your phone, like shit that you had on you in the hotel room.
I'm taking off the gown and putting on my clothes.
There is another sort of blast from this rifle as she appears to be sort of like blasting open. She did not see you grab the keycard, Hex, so she's taking a very sort of blunt force approach to getting through this stuff.
Oh, these lockers have keycards on them?
Yeah, there's like electronic locks on them.
Yep. I'm just gonna go around and just quickly swipe on all of them. Just
without
Nice.
much further ado, you all sort of like find your stuff, and she does not, and you see her sort of start to pace and scowl to herself.
What's your name?
My name? Estella.
All right. Estella, let's. Can I look around?
I can't leave it
you
at
guys-
myself.
It doesn't sound like you have a choice unless you want to hang out with our friends on the other side of that door.
She kind of like checks her laser rifle. I don't know. I'm down to rock.
Hey,
What kind?
if you are, I am.
I'd like to give everyone a heads up. I'm a little dangerous to be around, so don't just go rushing in ahead. You might get hurt.
Same here.
Well, I think we're going to need a little bit of context there, buddy.
What you mean by dangerous, honey?
Can I check this box?
Ghost, you see
for
her make her way over to like a computer and begin to sort of like start typing away at it.
So as Hex is saying that, he'll snap his fingers, and around him, there's going to be like, it's kind of similar to the stone barrier, but there appears to be some sort of shield around him that's only noticeable for like a split second, and after that, it just kind of vanishes. There's nothing there.
Oh, that's that's pretty snazzy.
Nice
You
party
said you
trick, but we're
are-
trying to get out of here.
Like I said,
You
it's about
said
to
you checked those storage lockers at the top right over there?
Yes.
Roll me a investigation check.
Neat. I got a 22.
22. They're electronic locks. They could not stop you if they tried, though. It's pretty easy for you to just sort of snap them off with any amount of the powers you have at your disposal. Looking through them, these appear to be drawers and drawers and drawers full of manila folders filled with the names of individuals.
Oh, I'm looking for my name immediately.
You find it very quickly. Dream.
I open the folder. I'm reading the contents.
You're stopping to read the contents. What's everyone else doing?
Hex is getting ready to scrap.
Ghost is over here. Are these computers over here?
These are indeed computers over here.
All right. Ghost is absolutely on the computer talking to the system in the building to try to find a secondary door or some other kind of mechanism that can get their asses out of here.
Hex is
Ghost.
going to.
Yep.
Okay,
What do you say, Hex?
Hex is going to mention to Ghost, see if they have any lockdown procedures that need to be lifted.
Honey, I ain't learned how to suck eggs yesterday. Way ahead of you.
She said suck eggs.
Oh my god. Honestly, love that. Love that eggs seem to be like a recurring theme in our campaigns.
Right.
Oh my God,
recurring.
not
It's
again.
recurring for K. Don't say our campaigns like this is
No,
like this is an
bro.
Apple thing.
Yeah.
That's
You heard it here first.
crazy. Blast from the
Look.
past right there.
Okay, gonna bring an egg in one way or another.
And-
Eggs and trees,
The
goddamn it. Eggs and
Appleverse,
trees.
God damn.
yes.
Right.
Question:
Answer.
Is there Prallum's going to look for any other way out? Is there any ventilation shafts or?
Roll me a investigation check, Prallum.
Oh shit! All right. Investigation.
What is Ghost's sweet friend, the computer, telling her?
11.
11. There is a door towards the southwest corner of the room. There's an electronic keycard on it. You saw Hex take a keycard from one of the doctors, so you just kind of swipe one from one of their corpses and slide the door open. It appears to be a garbage chute.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, over here.
Over that way, yeah.
Anybody want to get trashed?
Ghost leans
No.
over. What's that you opened up there, honey?
Looks
What you
like a
got there?
garbage chute. A garbage chute, possibly a way out. It might get a little dirty, but hey, what are the alternatives? We want to scrap it out or trash it out? What do y'all want to do?
Well,
Good
if we can get
God.
out of here without any human casualties, that would be the best for me.
Speak for yourself. I need my stuff.
I don't mind blasting some fools down. They fucking kidnap me. They take my shit. They have a folder on me. What is this?
Yeah,
What's
Dream.
on
As
this
you're
folder?
sort of reading through this folder, it is a criminal record on you.
Oh,
Hmm.
Dream, you've done a
impressive,
lot
I'm
of illegal
sure.
shit in your
Yeah.
time.
Good time.
The things that they are accusing you of are half truths extended to look as badly as possible. And the further back you go through your records, you find that even before you had committed your first crime, they had been looking into your powers. They had speculated that you
Oh.
were some kind of superhuman, and they were trying to discover the nature of your abilities. What they have about you and what they have on you is a pretty detailed dossier of what it is you're capable of and how they would best take you down.
Damn.
Ghost, as you're looking through the computer, you find a digital file of everything that Dream is finding paper-wise. You find that it is being rapidly deleted. Someone has activated some kind of like self-destruct sequence of nature, and data is being erased at a rapid rate.
Dream curses beautifully, fluently. I'll come up with a better string of curses later. God damn it!
I
All
think
right.
Dream falls out. There's files on people in here, and I found mines, and it's kind of fucked up. We should probably take these or destroy them. No, take.
Appreciate you saying that, superstar. Go ahead and grab them, because somebody is hot in this system, killing everything. So grab
I'm looking
those while
Hex.
I see.
There are like two like full file cabinets.
I'll
Full
grab
like
them.
4 drawers each file cabinet.
Yeah, so Hex is going to reach out, and they're just going to start levitating.
Perfect.
Alrighty.
Trash
Very sort
chute
of
it
Howl's
is.
Moving Castle library, like middle of the folder, start levitating paper dossiers directly out of the file drawer.
So
I keep mine though. I keep my folder, and I go to this fucking trash chute door. I really don't want to go through a trash chute.
well,
Shouldn't we just fight? I say let's fight.
no, let's escape.
I mean, y'all, we can take a vote. I want to vote.
Ghost has talked to the computer, gotten an answer as to where the trash chute leads, and how they can move on from there, hopefully, and is ready to get dirty.
I look
The
at
banging on the door
Estrella
is
or
growing more
Estella.
insistent. You can hear what sound like muffled explosions coming from the other side of the stone.
Last
See
chance.
y'all on the other side.
Yeah, I look at. Was her name Estella or Estrella?
Estella.
I look at Estella. You should come with us.
I'm right behind you.
All right. I'm gonna let the others go first because I know that if they come in, I can at least do some shit. So I'll let them go first. And I'm just not too excited to go down the fucking trash chute.
Ought to be a blast.
Alrighty. So who's first on the trash chute?
Ghost.
Alrighty, Ghost. You make your way down through the trash chute and directly into a pile of garbage.
Pants say it smell no worse than the pigs do. How the hell you get out of here?
Prallum, you are next. followed shortly after. All of you stink, by the way. It is truly rank, whatever the fuck they're disposing of here. You're almost certain it's some like incinerated biomass fluids type thing.
Oh gosh.
So when Hex goes down the chute and he lands in the trash, you all might notice that the trash doesn't quite touch him. It gets pretty close, but it doesn't quite touch him.
And
I was
as
hoping-
you float down immaculately, Hex.
I was really hoping for food waste.
Yeah, you've definitely like slid through some type of people.
Oh,
Ugh, disgusting.
You can think
I'm
about
looking
food
at
in this mess.
Homegirl.
I mean, I'll take food waste over bio waste. I mean, but that's just me.
We'll get you some food once we're out of here, buddy.
I asked her, do you want to go first?
I'm right behind you.
All right. Dream does not believe her, but they go down anyway.
Dream, you slide down. Hex, you're taking the manila folder horror pile with you?
I sure am.
Horror pile.
That's right down there with you.
Shit.
Nice.
Alrighty. How long do you wait for Estella?
If she didn't come down immediately behind me, I know she stayed.
All right. Everyone else?
Ghost was already moving before Prallum even got down there.
Hey,
You guys seem to be making your way through what is a almost not a parking garage, but like a driveway of sorts. You hear distant explosions behind you, and then the sound of something just clunking through the trash chute, and Estella lands rather hardly on what used to be her arm.
used to be.
Used to be indeed.
Is
Used
she
to be
dead?
indeed.
Right? Yeah, we need to go.
I thought that was evident. Which way? And he'll look to Ghost.
Ghost, you know everything inside the facility. Outside is a completely different story. Everyone else coming from the north, you hear the sounds of vehicles beginning to mobilize.
Okay. And what does Ghost know? So to the south is directly outside, right? Because those are streets.
Yeah. South
north-
is outside. To the north is the parking garage. And
Can
there are truly some vehicles out of Michael Bay's Wet Dreams in the parking garage.
What a hell of a description.
Right? Ghost
Love it.
looks at her. All right, y'all. My little friends have told me up there we got the parking garage. Down there we got a doorway straight out to the street. Up in that parking garage we got some sexy little trucks. I won't mind getting my hands on one of them. But I can also fly. So which way y'all heading?
I don't know about you, but I'm headed south.
Did they have a record of like my homes in my file as well?
Going back, they had a lot of speculation as to you, as to your family. They don't know the name of your home, but they seem to know the gist of what you are.
Oh, well, fuck, that's actually really bad. But not that, but like my apartments and shit.
Yeah. Most of your addresses, most of the places that you've like crashed, a lot of your ex-partners' places that you have also crashed.
Okay, fuck. I guess I'm sticking with you all.
I know a safe
Ghost
spot.
ain't a problem.
We just got to get to my library.
Oh,
Okay.
Ugh. You have to
Hex,
be
roll
quiet in
a
those.
intellect check.
Intellect check. Okay.
Yep, DC 5.
Oh, what if I told you I can't fail on that?
Don't roll a natural 1 then.
Oh right, yeah,
Oh.
that's it. Hold on 1 second. Intellect. Oh, wait, no, I lied. I can fail on that. But I don't.
You did not fail.
But I don't.
You do not.
Hex.
The 20. Nice.
If you're thinking of where I think you're thinking of,
Mm-hmm.
the person who has that place that you think is safe would be pissed if you brought any kind of drama to that place. And this is capital D drama that you would be bringing to their doorstep.
Okay. I can do a
Wait.
job for them. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
It can,
Just something to keep in mind.
Okay. On second thought, I lied. I don't know anywhere at all.
I know a place we can go.
I also know a place we might be able to go.
Also, can I do something?
You may.
Can I create a spike strip on the across the northern driveway for these
You
incoming?
very much may.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Very
Good idea.
nice.
Can I? What
Could
time?
I-
Oh, go ahead.
My bad. Could I kind of assist with fucking up the road and like create a crushing gravity field in the street, like a big ass just fucking hole in the street, so cars
Yeah,
can't get
I'll
past?
say roll me just a general like powers check, honestly. So your attack bonus with your powers. See how well you can just fuck up this street.
Oh,
dang.
that puts the
Oh, damn.
Mosh pit is dope.
My shit. I love it.
And what's that result?
I
Thank
was gonna say,
you.
what's your
I wasn't
roll?
sure actually. Right, like, would that be ranged combat?
Sure. Let's call it a ranged combat.
Okay.
There should
I
be
rolled a 21.
21. Nice.
What were
Right.
you about to say? What?
there should be a roller. I thought on the side of on the actual powers.
It
Also,
was, and
Blue,
that's
you're-
what popped up.
Blue,
Yeah.
you're sharing your sheet on your stream right now.
Oh, that's okay. I can't
Okay.
fucking hide that. But stop it. That when I clicked that, the description popped up. So I guess that's what that one does.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, gotcha.
I thought it would also roll the die for me and shit, but yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, are you putting it before or after the spike strips? Because the spike strips are sort of like up here. You all hear the sounds of like approaching vehicles and a few like what appear to be just heavy metallic footsteps.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it right here then. And if they
Right.
still get past, then the strips will fuck them up.
So I was
Right.
asking what time of day it is.
It appears to be the dead of night.
Okay, so that means that there's stars. Can I look at the stars and kind of get a gist of where I'm at right now?
Absolutely. That would be I suppose, an astronomy check, which for you would just be straight up like intellect,
Okay.
unless you're proficient in astrology.
Nope.
Mm.
That's dope.
First nat one. Let's go.
Hex.
Nice.
It's too much light pollution.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Hex. You look up in the stars. You are a extraplanar expert. You are very good at navigating yourself. You're very good at sort of grounding yourself in where you are. And as you're sort of looking up at the stars, a bird shits in your eye. And,
God damn it!
as you are like sort of like very quickly trying to like get it out,
Nope.
you hear in the back of your mind a very familiar and very annoying laughter.
Fucking.
That
Yeah.
was funny.
Yeah, that's.
And
Shit.
I'm going to add a complication after this session called Loki's boredom. And you may take a hero point.
Okay.
Oh.
So, okay. Cool.
Damn.
Wait, that was
So-
was that Loki or Anubis?
That was Loki.
Okay, motherfucker. Okay, understandable.
So it starts.
Yeah. whatever.
So
Oh, it
begin.
begins.
So we are outside right now, right?
You are sort of in the driveway. Hex sort of took a step out here towards the outside of the building.
And
Okay.
Can we say that
immediately
we're
got
on our
shitted
way
on.
to getting a car? Like, can we walk and talk?
We can
Yeah,
crash
Uh,
it.
sure.
We
You can sort of walk and
crash
talk
my
just
crib.
out of the building, stuff like that.
Yep, we're out.
Yeah.
Cool.
If you all
Uh,
want to crash at my pad, we can do that.
I'm
Ghost is going to.
Mm,
Hex, I assume you're still taking all the files and the dossiers and shit like
Yep, they're floating along with me, and I'm just trying to wipe my fucking eyes. I mean, I have glasses, but still, yuck, you know?
that?
Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
so You have a place?
So,
I looked to
yeah.
old girl.
Yeah, I have a little.
I also have a place. Yeah. I'd rather my place, honestly. Not that I don't trust you guys, but I don't know you.
Funny thing is, I feel the same way.
I'm sorry, honey. We don't know you either, and you was the only living person in a place I just woke up in prison. I don't plan on closing my eyes nowhere near you for a good long while.
Believe me, that wasn't prison.
They did
yeah.
actually just rescue us, or, well, open our pods, at least. They could have just left us all there. And Hex will look to Prallum as he says this, because he could have lied. He could have lied some more and said, I have no idea who this person is, leave them.
You do see, it's like the middle of the night, you see like sort of like abandoned car repair lot, just like auto garage that you guys are approaching from the south.
Ghost looks between Prallum and Estrella. To be fair, I don't know neither one of y'all. So whose place is closest?
Where's the
Assuming
source?
we're in Prism City, mine's pretty close.
Where's the cemetery?
Cemetery is sort of like on the outskirts of town, the
Yeah.
northeastern side. You're not sure what part of the city you're in.
Ah, okay. Well,
Ooh, actually, could I roll a history check to see if I know where this stealth scorpion? What what are they called again?
Serpent.
Serpent.
I got their full name somewhere.
Yeah. Can I roll a history check?
It's an acronym?
Yeah, it is an acronym.
Ooh, it's an
It is
acronym.
an
You know
acronym.
it.
Oh my god.
Yes, it is.
They are the Specialized Enforcement, Response, and Protection from Extra-Normal National Threats.
Serpent.
wild.
Serpent.
Yeah.
Serpent.
Could I roll a
more than
history
fucking
check
threat.
to see?
Yeah, roll a history check.
Yay! Go history.
And
Let's go. Nat 20.
There you go.
nice.
Let's go.
Nat 20. Hex.
First net
You are
Dab.
very familiar with Serpent. Due to the nature of your job, it is your job to essentially do their job for them. And as such, you have run into them when they have sort of bumblefucked their way into magical threats that they are either under-equipped or underprepared to handle. You know for a fact that whatever was happening in that weird-ass black site was not the Serpent that you are familiar with. Where you are in the city now does not match with anywhere that you know Serpent headquarters and Serpent stations to be.
Okay.
So they just straight up snake.
Yeah, none of this makes sense. The stars, where we are, none of it makes sense. I've been to several different Serpent bases before on, normally not on good terms, but this doesn't look anywhere near normal. All the public Serpent bases are.
Okay.
It makes perfect sense. I can explain when we are somewhere safer. Do any of you know how to, I guess, hotwire a car?
Ghost raises her hand. I can certainly try. I done fixed enough broken down shit.
Yeah, if you could, and you see yourself just kind of like start opening up the driver's seat.
Alright, where are you at, girl?
Dream,
Right here.
you are the one closest to the north.
Yes.
As you begin to continue to hear the various sounds of tires and metallic footsteps, you see rounding the corner of the parking garage a massive humanoid mechanoid.
Oh, shit.
I begin
Time to
tuning
go.
my guitar. Wait, okay. How's it? Did it fucking go over my little hole?
It's approaching the hole, but it's sort of almost like Walker robot style. But yeah, it's rounding the corner and appears to be about to execute some kind of action. So that's what you see up to the north.
All right. I shout out, we got company. How fast can we get going? I mean, honestly, I can go, but I don't know if they kind of like wave a finger at the rest of y'all. I don't know if you all can. So, what's up?
Ghost kind of huffs. I already asked y'all if y'all could fly. I'm being nice still being here.
I usually can. A bit more difficult now, and she kind of like gestures to her stuffed arm.
Did you ever find your shit?
No, these files should be pretty much worth it, though.
All right.
Um,
Ghost, was it?
Can't carry.
Yeah, that's what
Can
they call
we,
me.
can we get this going?
Ghost is busily hot wiring the car. Is this another tech check?
Yes, it is indeed. You hear the sound of like crunching metal as the McCloud like falls in the hole after a failed athletics check.
Nice.
Nice.
Shit. Ghost rolls a 20 to hotwire the car.
Yeah.
I mean a 19. Sorry.
19 to
19.
hotwire the car.
19.
So yeah, you sort of extend your consciousness outwards towards this car, and it just kind of flashes its headlights on. Hello.
Hello, Puddin'. You ready to take a quick ride?
I'm really tired.
That's all right, honey. We ain't gonna be going far.
As you're sort of like interfacing with this car, you get this like really sort of like empty feeling in your chest, and you recognize that this car has no engine to it.
Oh man.
No engine?
Prallum, could you make one of those?
I probably could. When you look over, you see he's sitting in a lawn chair.
I love this guy.
Like, absolutely chilling, one arm up, like just totally like chilling. I probably could. It'll take some time to do something that intricate, but
We don't have time. Can you make, I don't know,
what would you like me to do?
a big fan to blow the car forward?
Can I?
Can't do that, but if we can all fly, except you, I can probably carry you if you would like. If you trust me enough for that.
Can we take the files with us if we do that?
I can definitely take the files with me.
Okay.
They won't fly away or anything, right?
I've got a pretty strong grasp on them.
All right, let's get the fuck out. Problem.
Let's fly away.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Did we ever decide whose spot we was going to?
No, we didn't.
My
What
spot.
did you say?
Alright,
yeah.
Stella. I guess.
All
Come on now.
right. Whoops. Lead the way. And he grips in, or actually just hop on. I don't know how tall is this person?
They're about like 5'8".
Oh, well, we're about the same height, so yeah, hop on. I got you.
Alrighty. What is your strength, Prallum?
My strength is 4.
More than enough. That is rather well trained.
Excellent.
Yeah, I try to work out here and there when I can. A little yoga, a little tai chi.
Shut up, fly. And
Damn.
I mean, I drop bad juju just as easy as I pick it up. So, and then he lifts off.
and that she's just sort of like very angrily silent for the rest of the ride as each of you fly off. Dream, you don't fly.
Yeah, I turn to sound.
Oh, shit. So wait,
So
we have a soundtrack following our asses through the sky as we fly. Is
Oh,
that
yeah,
what I'm hearing?
What are
Some
we?
crazy,
What are we
some
listening
crazy
to?
rift.
oh my god, yeah, I think
What did you
Dream
ask,
like
Hex?
What are we listening to right now as we as we travel through this?
So, Dream, you have the aux. What does your sound like as you
the
sort of teleport?
sickest fucking riff you've ever heard in your life. Amazing vocal to match. Yeah, it's
Huh.
fucking sick. It's like some. I imagine that Dream sound is kind of like Baby Mother, but mixed with like the Gazette and also Zulu.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just this fucking just sick ass riff of this guitar, just the guitar and their voice.
Okay.
Is this?
I'm out of
Is this
town.
Dream?
Thug it with Mariah. I can't say that. Yeah, you get the vibes.
Let's go.
Right. So, as the four of you take off in the sky and Dream, you apparate into the sickest guitar solo. The five
Yes.
of you fly
Fucking
off into the night and into the sky and stars of Prism City. So,
Bet.
as you are flying, Prallum, you are in the lead. As Estella begins to give you directions. As you are flying over, you can very quickly see sirens rapidly approaching the building that you were just in. Various police and ambulances, and I'd like everyone to roll me a perception check.
That's gonna be a goddamn issue. Shit. I just cleaned my records.
Nice, Ghost.
Damn.
Nice. Ghost got a nat 20.
Let's go.
Very
24
nice.
total.
12.
7.
Ghost. You very much keep an eye on things. You can still feel in this back of your mind, although the connection is fleeting, your friend, the camera, keeping you abrieved of everything that is happening. And you see with a natural 20, the police and these, what appear to be serpent soldiers, engaging in a very heavy firefight beneath you.
Oh, shit.
You leave that behind you, however, as you begin to sort of make your way through Prism City. A cascade of different holographic advertisements and pristine glass buildings that seem to refract the light from its standard dull blue of moonlight into a rainbow, for lack of a better term, prism of iridescent colors. As you all flee from whatever strange facility you are in, you harken back to that moment in each of your histories where you felt truly and inescapably powerless. And through the night, as you are sort of processing the weight of what just occurred, there is a feeling settling within each of you that that moment has just been surpassed, though you are not consciously sure why. Something has been set in motion. And whatever it is very not good. Estella guides you to the low-income part of the city. Much less eyes, much less light. There are more shadows cast here than actual advertisements, and Estella guides you to what appears to be a abandoned old building before the dawn of the 21st century, before the dawn of Prism City. Old brick, cement, graffitied all to hell. Prallum, you remember
Mhm.
this is what the city used to look like before everything changed. And she guides you into what appears to be this sort of very empty building, a handful of cots, a bunker, a tank full of various provisions, rations, food, water, basic necessities. Ghost, Dream, you both are well versed enough in criminal activities to recognize a safe house when you see one.
I have no idea what you're trying to imply, sir.
I look at Estrella. Is this all you? Or are there others?
There were others. She kind of clams up. There were others. Friends of mine. I don't know where they are. Can I see those files?
Sure thing. And before he gives up the files, he's going to search for his own file because he knows there's a file.
Roll me an investigation check, Hex.
Ghost absolutely wants to do the same as soon as
Anyone
the
who wants
files-
to look for their file can roll me an investigation check.
20.
10? Really, Ghost?
11.
Talented though Hex is to grab 2 filing cabinets full of paper dossiers, keeping them organized is another story, and everyone except for them is unable to find their file, except for Dream, who found their file long ago and did not hand it over with the main pile.
Damn it.
Damn. Is it like just not there or just impossible to find?
You haven't found it yet. It will take some sifting through to find it,
Okay.
and Estelle is also going to look for hers.
Did Ghost get any information that was in her file while she was in the computers trying to stop it?
I will say, Ghost, roll me just a straight up D20.
13?
13. Ghost. You sifting through the files on the computer, you know for a fact that things are being rapidly deleted from whatever server that you were hooked into. You didn't find yours, but you could feel yours here being deleted, but you could also feel it elsewhere, stored somewhere outside of the facility that you were in. And you know, whatever information you may have lost, whatever information that may have been destroyed, it is not completely gone. And I will be adding a complication to your sheet at the end of this session, known as Phantos Ex Machina.
Oh.
Or and what does Phantos Ex Machina do?
You'll find out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we're not scared at all.
Nah, not in the
Not
least.
at
I ain't
all.
Not
scared.
even a little bit.
Not
I ain't never
at all.
scared.
Wait, so did Hex find his file or no?
Hex, you did indeed find yours, yes.
Okay. Good. Yeah. Okay. Hex is looking to see, because Hex is pretty easy to find, but he's trying to see if they know anything about the hideout.
Hex, sort of looking through your file, you also find a criminal dossier.
God damn
About you. A lot of breaking and entering, but
it. Yeah.
the reports that they have on you are very much exaggerated and almost appear to be very much blown out of proportion.
None of
They
this makes sense.
mention a safe haven. They haven't put a name to that safe haven yet, but they seem to be aware of your your key.
Okay.
Oh, Apple,
Yes, Ghost.
do I get a hero point?
You do indeed.
Yeah, Hex is going to swear, and he's going to take out his phone. He's going to take out his phone for a moment.
How long would it
Hex,
take?
you also notice that there are references to separate files on your family.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, he does take a mental note of that, and takes a deep breath and stares at the number of his father for a moment, but then quickly swipes past it and goes to Pandora. Yes, the music app. Mm-hmm.
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 Yep.
Wait,
Interesting.
wait. Are you using a phone directly in front of Ghost?
Yes. Why?
Oh, no reason.
Oh,
Guys, this is really bad. They know.
how they know is beyond me. I wear a hood everywhere I go, so. Well, actually,
She
I
kind of
guess.
like looks up and looks at you. Yeah, this is really bad. They should not know any of this about any of this.
Who are they?
Serpent.
Serpent.
Oh. Huh.
Were they testing on us? Like when Dream was able to like recall the things that were happening like while they were asleep, like did they feel like pricks of needles or like maybe scans going on?
With you rolled a nat 20, didn't you? Or like a 28?
Yeah, I rolled like let me actually go back up. Hold on.
It was really high.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. That was that was a 28.
Yeah, 28. You definitely remember the pricks of needles. You remember muffled conversation, although it's sort of that sort of strange dream language that isn't really words, but still something that you can understand. They discussed future plans about moving your body to the exosite.
Hmm.
While we were there, they said something about fucking Echo site. Exo. Like they start they start tuning up. Yeah, they wanted to move us to the Exo site. They seemed to be testing on us. How
And
did
that you
they
kind of see Estella just kind of look up and frown. They've kind of been like sitting cross-legged and thumbing through the pages with their one arm. Yeah, that's really bad. I haven't heard of an exosite.
So what have you heard? Because it seems you know more than what we do, obviously.
Roll a persuasion check, Dream.
My pleasure.
Ghost is
I
going
rolled a
to
nat 20.
God!
Nice.
For a full 30.
Let's
Baby.
go.
Nice.
Ooh.
Hey,
Oh,
yo. Very nice.
Goddamn. Dream.
Sweet dreams are made of
Hey, that's on my playlist. Love that.
You unfurl like your full charisma against this person, and you know for a fact that normally they would be absolutely fawning over you. You
The fact that
feel
nobody is crazy. Just saying.
Dream, as you're sort of like talking, you feel a bit of phlegm rise in your throat, and you cough and you sputter, and you hear a sickly sweet voice whisper in your ear. I'm sorry for interfering, but it just wouldn't be fair if I gave everyone else lemons and not you, dear sibling. And I'd like you to roll again.
Oh dear.
And I shall be adding a complication at the end of this session called That's Life.
Oh shit.
And you may take a hero point.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
Wow. Wow.
What? Sorry, rapidly taking notes. That's wild.
That's
That's
crazy. Your
I
sibling
have to
did you
roll
dirty.
persuasion again.
Yep, roll again.
Come on,
Okay.
Dream.
I rolled the nat one.
The
for a
duality
total
of man.
11. The
Wow,
Wait, use
that
your
is
hero
so
point. Use your
wild.
hero point.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, no, because
You
I
can
feel like
use your
Dream
hero
was
point.
I'm not gonna use it. I feel like Dream was so shook at hearing that voice that's probably what would happen, honestly.
Wow. Nat 20 to a nat 1.
The
God.
duality of man.
Hey, that's life. So yeah, as you sort of cough and sputter, and how does Dream look right now after like having heard that voice that you haven't heard in God knows how long?
Whose voice was it? Like, would I
It
be
was
able?
life.
Oh my fucking god! Dream immediately looks. I think they try to turn on the charm, but it definitely comes through like kind of like aggressive and mean. They immediately they have that voice that just popped into their ear. It pisses them off. It immediately just makes them very upset.
Wow.
And I think they kind of step back from the group.
Right. I want to make it clear. I don't trust any of you. But
As you shouldn't.
if you were where I was, then you probably deserve to know what's going on the same way I deserved to know what was going on. How familiar are each of you with the federal rehabilitation mandate?
Can I roll history?
You can very
Intellect,
much roll
please.
history, and in fact, everyone can roll history or intellect.
Yeesh.
Okay,
10.
Ghost. 16 for Ghost. She done ran across it a couple of times.
Alrighty. Dream, are you rolling or are you just completely out of it right now?
Yeah, I think Dream's completely out of it right now. They're listening, but they're not participating.
Dream is shook.
And you, anybody who looks over at Prallum, he's in a full-fledged lazy boy, just like, no, I don't think
Not
I
a
don't think
lazy
I
boy.
know.
The upgrade from the lawn chair.
So yeah, Ghost and Hex. You know that the federal rehabilitation mandate was a series of laws that were passed that add an increased amount of leniency on the rehabilitation efforts of, for lack of a better term, supervillains. That upon being captured, upon being subdued, supervillains could be subjected to varying amounts of community service that coincided with the scope of their powers and how they could best serve the city that they had previously terrorized. So yeah, that's what you would know.
And what is this called again?
The federal rehabilitation mandate.
I am very aware of the federal rehabilitation mandate, but it doesn't make sense for myself, and I'm going to assume the rest of everyone here, to have been inducted into it.
Not.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Prallum. What were you saying?
Oh, nothing. He was just going to sip a whiskey sour and say, I agree.
I was just pulling out random stuff.
Not inducted so much as drafted, you could say. Prism City is the city of power. The energy production here alone constitutes for about 30% of the entire country, and that leaves 70% kind of left out to dry. For lack of a better term, when supervillains are captured, they can be put to community service, and depending on powers, that service can be... And she kind of looks down at her file and kind of furrows her brow. Say you're a pyromancer, fire control for anyone who's not aware. You are capable of generating vast amounts of energy with the basic necessities of food and water and sleep every now and again. If you take a powerful enough pyromancer, hook them up to a city power grid, you have got enough energy to power a small neighborhood for 3 meals a day.
That's a lot of BTUs, bro.
So what I'm hearing is the government is making us human batteries.
Human batteries is one of the more
Honey.
basic uses.
Honey, it sounds way worse than that. If I'm understanding Stella right, the government has made it legal to take newlies and turn them into slaves.
Batteries is an oversimplification. For people like, and she looked towards Ghost, technopaths have been put to use for cybersecurity. They've been asked to protect against dangerous media, things of that nature. We'll kind of look towards Hex. I guess telekinetics, they're all capable of generating vast amounts of force, getting into places that no one else can. There are a lot of ways you can use a lot of superpowers to help a lot of people. And if it's supervillains, everyone sort of thought, well, serves them right.
So this is some type of twisted utilitarianism bullshit going on.
She kind of nods. Yeah. The problem is superheroes are really good at catching supervillains. And I think Serpent's starting to make their own. I've done a lot of slightly illegal things. Nothing like the things they're accusing me of in this file. And the things they might be able to make me do if I hadn't woken up on that operating table could hurt a lot of people.
Don't like the sound of that.
Yeah,
What
I
started-
watched you create a stone wall out of nothing. They would have a field day with you.
That's probably true. He swirls his drink and takes another sip.
So chill.
So, now that we know this, what does it all mean?
It means that probably a lot of my friends are in different facilities. It means that even though I thought that he couldn't know about me and my powers, that they have some way of, I don't know, getting that information, of finding this information. It's really not good.
Guess that means we can't again, huh?
Ghost looks over to Prallum. Can you make me one of those in a mint julep?
Oh, sure.
And then she looks at Estrella. Now, when it comes to finding information, that's kind of my wheelhouse. If you can point me in a direction to maybe start, we might be able to find some of your friends. I've been looking for a friend of mine for a while, and I always thought it was strange. She just kind of disappeared.
Here's your mint julep, darling.
Hex
Thank
just
you
kind of
kindly,
shakes his
sir.
head, puts his
So,
hand to his
if I'm
face.
gathering this right, if you don't mind my asking, what are your powers?
You asking me?
She's asking Ghost, who offered to sort of help
Oh,
gather information.
Ghost just smiles at us and says, well, you know, they say Southern charm goes a long way. I find that there ain't a computer that's been made in the world that ain't happy to be my very dearest friend. Sometimes it takes a little convincing, but at the end, I can talk to all of them from close
That's
enough.
useful. Yeah. Okay. In terms of places to start, we might have to. Can you check to see if there are any other doors in the city that these open? And she kind of raise up a key card.
Ghost extends her hand for the key card. Well, I can't make you no promises. Not with this. Usually takes a little juice running through something to get it to talk to me. But
Uh,
I can see what I might be able to do. She looks around like the safe house that they in. You got any tech in here, honey?
I'm afraid not. This is kind of bare bones last resort. I figured if they found out where I was hiding the first time, then all of the actual usual safe houses are also probably burnt. According to my file, it doesn't look like they know about this one. So,
Speaking of gathering information, I could maybe do some traveling and some dreams if I maybe have a name.
that's pretty
Yeah.
sick.
I'm not gonna lie. Dream is a really whimsical name for someone with no healing powers.
I have healing powers, but I just can't heal other people.
Doesn't that make them more along the lines of regeneration then?
Yeah, I was gonna say that
Why
sounds more like
are you getting
regeneration.
into the details of my abilities?
Sorry.
I mean, if I know about the
What can
details of
you
all your
do?
abilities, I
What
might be
can
able
you
to figure out how to best utilize them.
what's your deal? What can you
Well,
do?
Or
excuse me, honey. Who said that we was willing to be utilized?
Sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Thank you for literally carrying me through all of that.
here's buddy.
I'm looking for someone important to me. I think Serpent has them. And I think I'm very recently finding myself alone. So when I say utilize, I don't mean in a manipulation sort of way. I mean in a teamwork sort of way.
Ooh. Ooh.
I'm already in a band.
I have a question.
Oh my god, your dream.
Ghost kind of chokes and says, I thought it was her. I thought it was them, but I didn't want to say anything. Oh my god, did you see their last concert?
No, I don't really listen to their music that much, but I figured it was some kind of.
Oh,
I'm not gonna
yeah,
lie. I
yeah.
first assumed like shape-shifting hyperfan, but
That's God. I hope nobody's doing that.
it's probably a little more common than you think.
Your
Yes.
timeline is wild.
Hex kind
Yeah,
of tilts his
it's-
head, like as if he's supposed to know them.
They make music.
They
He
make
still looks very lost.
they
I
make
make
some of the
beats.
best damn music that has ever been performed on the face of this globe. Just to say that what Dream makes his music is Ghost just huffs and like walks off sipping her drink.
Oh,
I think Dream looks at Ghost and is like, "See, that's yeah. I'm sticking with her. They gotta follow Ghost.
you see, so I'll just kind of okay.
She knows what the fuck she's talking about clearly."
If you all will excuse me for a moment, I need to go make a call.
Yeah. Careful. Ghost, could you check our phones for trackers, real quick? Is that something you can do?
Ghost nods from the wherever she is in the room and says, It'll be easy if you unlock them for me, but otherwise, certainly."
Okay.
Mm.
I would just say be careful about making calls. I didn't see what you saw in your file, but anyone you know, they might also be aware of. So just be careful.
I doubt
I
they could
have a
catch
question.
this motherfucker. And Hex is as soon as his phone is checked for a tracker, he's going to immediately call Loki.
Ghost rolled a 22 tech to check the phone.
Alrighty. You check the phone. There does not appear to be a tracker installed in it.
I also handed over my phone.
With a 22, as you are, I assume anyone who wants to hand over their phones can. Your phone is free of trackers. But Ghost, as you are sort of searching through, the dates on each of the phones is 6 months more than you last remember falling asleep to.
Oh my
It
fucking!
is the middle of summer.
Oh god damn it.
Ghost
Oh,
Ghost
that's
looks
not
up
good.
at them
That's
and
Yeah, like-
says, "Do y'all?" She says, "It's damn near the end of June. Last I remember, there was still snow on the ground."
Dream
Hex,
snatches
like
their
opening your
phone
phone,
and
you
checks
have
the
like
date.
yeah. Hex, like you open your phone, you have like 30 missed calls.
Oh god damn it.
Prallum
That's not
doesn't have a
good.
phone.
That's not good. I'm in trouble. I'm in so
My
much trouble.
fucking god!
Alright.
Prallum,
What'd you say, Prallum?
he doesn't have a phone. He doesn't need a phone.
Bet. You're good. Dream, you open your phone, 999 plus missed calls. You have like a couple text messages, some
Oh my
emails.
god.
There's like various venues and stuff like, where are you? You're late. It's chaos.
It's confirmed chaos.
It's
What is the
confirmed.
news
It's
saying? Like,
confirmed chaos.
Confirmed chaos. Yeah, the news surprisingly has been pretty tame regarding it. It's being chalked up to like another publicity stunt. Like Dream fucked off and left because they were bored for a bit, and they'll probably be back at some point.
Okay, perfect.
Hex has visibly turned like pale. his dark skin just kind of like grays a little bit as he looks at all the missed calls. He's in trouble.
Ghost is just kind of holding her phone and staring down at it. Shit,
Yeah, you have
shit,
about
shit.
like 12 missed calls from work. Lots of like final warnings and stuff of that nature.
Right? Oh god damn it. I know I got fucking fired. Well, I ain't wanna work there no how.
I'm pretty sure my agent dropped me. I have a
Agent?
question.
What kind of agent you got? Are we in the presence of more than one star?
No, I just paint a little bit. I do art exhibits.
Hex, yeah, go ahead, Problem.
Oh no, I got a question. And you see, he's dipping a chicken tender into some garlic chili sauce.
Just
Um,
making.
forgive me, I have to ask because it just needs to be asked. How do we know that you don't need to know our powers for the sake of giving it to them?
Um,
Sorry, have to ask.
you're. I'm very glad you did ask. I'd much rather be friends with smart people. No offense. I I'm not really good at the whole lying thing. Um, Obviously, if I got caught, um, I don't really
That's
care what Serpent is doing. I care about my person mostly. That's not true. I care a lot about what Serpent's doing, but my person is my priority. Um, my
mm,
people, all of my people, everyone who is helping me, is also missing, and I am with you guys now, and I am just smart enough to know that I can't do this alone. And so, admittedly, I'm kind of grasping at straws right now. Um,
mm, I hear you. I hear you. I had to ask.
yeah, but I can tell you this. I'm pretty good at evading them, and if they're interested in you, it's probably not for good reasons. And I can help you evade them if you do. And as this is happening, Hex, you begin to receive a call from your sister.
Eh, I stare. I stare at the yeah, I stare at the caller ID for like a second, and I pause and I think, because the last time I talked to my sister, things were not cool, exactly cool between the two of us. So Tex waits to the last possible moment before picking up the phone.
Where are you?
Is not even a hi, not even a hello, not even a how have you been?
You want to talk? You could have called too.
Oh, oh,
I don't think I'm the first person to have should be calling, especially after what happened.
You went missing for 6 months.
I've been missing a lot longer than just 6 months, actually.
You haven't. I've been keeping tabs on you.
What? How? Wait,
Hex, you're on the news.
like
oh
right
shit.
now?
Yeah, like right now.
And Hex will look up at his phone and like cover the receiving end. Stella, do you have a TV?
No, I don't have a TV.
Ghost,
What?
Prallum, can you?
Can you make a TV?
Yeah, can you
She's
make
like
a
looking at
TV?
Prallum.
That's a tough one. That would take me a
Actually,
lot
I
of
don't think
time.
we've even exchanged names. That
I'm Estella. I guess I technically go by Freebird sometimes.
Do we know
Ghost
who the
just
fuck
kind of
Freebird is?
Roll a history check.
nice. Ghost just kind of flips up her hand. Y'all can call me Ghost.
I rolled it. I rolled an intellect for an 8.
Intellect for an 8.
Mm.
Oh,
Ooh,
21.
no.
natural 20.
21. All
Nat
right.
20.
And that's 20. All right. Cool. Let's see. Hex, you're 14. Ghost, you're 22. Ghost and Prallum, you have heard whispers of a Freebird, some kind of domestic terrorist freedom fighter type of vibe. Uh, Not on Serpent's most wanted list, but on Serpent's like, be aware for this dangerous individual.
Seem dangerous.
Known
Mm.
for staging a unprecedented string of prison breaks across the country.
Ah.
Nice.
I know you. You out there
No, you
fighting a
don't.
good fight, huh?
Oh,
I know of you. I don't
yeah,
know you
I guess.
personally,
Go,
but
Ghost nods. I feel you, Freebird.
So the
okay.
TV.
No, Estella, please.
Um,
Um,
in
I
that
can pull it
case,
up on my phone, maybe, and just like starts like typing on something.
in that
Um,
case, Estella, call me Sneak.
Sneak.
Oh, we're going by first names, governments. We're going by first name basis now. Is that what we're doing?
Hell, at this point, she
Hex,
nearly shot me out of my skivvies. The least she can have is my name.
Hex is
Hmm.
gonna like sidle on one side, like his put his weight on his left foot and put a hand on his hip, and very pointedly into the receiver says, "You all can call me Hex."
Hex it
Very
is.
pointedly into the receiver.
Yep.
Siblings.
Uh, that wasn't me.
Hmm. Sure. And Hex will try to wait for the TV, the news to come up or whatever.
You, as Estella pulls it up, you guys see a news broadcast of what appears to be a massive firefight that unfurled in the upper district of Prism City between what appeared to be a insurgent group of serpents and the police. The battle was ended very swiftly by the arrival of the Horizon Man. You see helicopter footage of this bright blue blur just sort of like sweeping by and disarming various individuals. And it appears that Horizon Man, and with a nat 20 on your history check, Hex, you immediately recognize the CEO of the Serpent Security Company, Evangeline Greenhorn, is sort of giving a statement. You see in the corner there are a missing persons report, and each of your 5 various images are plastered on the television screen.
The image.
She seems to be in the middle of saying something. Again, these were a slew of very independent and very misguided individuals who are in no way affiliated with Serpent Security. If you have any information about these missing persons, we would very happily agree to compensate you greatly for it. All we're worried about right now is their safety.
Oh, they gotta stop the cap, bro.
They appear to be sort of spinning a story where you were, each of you, mistaken for superpowered individuals and taken in by some kind of strange insurgent group.
And who is that speaking again?
Actually, just sort of like talking out loud. You don't
Yeah.
recognize them at all, Dream.
Okay. Who the fuck is she?
That's the CEO of Serpent, but they're spinning the tale that the serpent that picked us up wasn't Serpent. What? None of that makes sense. And he'll say into the phone, "You've been watching me all this time. You know better than to just. Why are you calling anyways? Are you calling so you can get the reward money for figuring out where I am?
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a.
I'm calling to make sure you're safe.
I'm safe. For now. As safe as you
I
can
haven't
be
lost
with
track.
a bunch of strangers, anyways."
It's
They
all
shouldn't know.
love.
You see her kind of says lowly that they shouldn't know about your powers.
Well, it's kind of hard to hide your powers when you're breaking out of being abducted.
There's a long silence over the phone. Do you need a place to stay?
Not with you.
Damn.
Ghost is just over there sipping her drink.
Dream is honestly looking at the other three. So, is it cool if I travel inside your dreams?
What the
I just want to get permission first.
What the fuck?
yeah, that's a good reaction.
Dream is definitely like just blank staring, like, yeah, can I?
No.
Ghost has turned like she dark skinned, but she ain't dark skinned enough that you cannot see that she has completely turned like bright fucking red. And she's like, "Oh my god, Dream, yes. You can swing through my dreams anytime you want."
What the fuck?
Dream taps Ghost on the shoulder, like, all right, settle down. But thank you though. And I'm not gonna, what happens in your dreams is what happens in your dreams. And that information is between Dream and you. I just need a way to get to the dream realm to maybe travel through other people's dreams to then maybe get more information as to how the fuck they found out what they found out about us.
Well, here's the funny part. If anybody were to look over and notice, you can see that Prallum is now fully reclined with his fingers crossed and an airplane neck pillow on and half sleep. So do what you will with that information.
Just cutting to Prallum progressively more relaxed in every shot.
Yes.
He is damn near. He's on the cusp of dozing off completely.
As his sister is silent on the phone, Hex takes a deep breath. How's Dad?
Alive.
And him?
I don't want to talk about it.
He's searching for me, isn't he?
There's just more silence. Hex, they're saying you're innocent and that this was a whole mistake. If you don't run, they might be able to clear whatever weird shit is going on right now.
As much as I would like to trust you, I trusted you all so much a few years ago. Not that long ago, really. I will call you back. Just give me some time to think, okay?
Don't think too long. It'll make you look guilty.
And Hex will hang up the phone.
There's a static click, and the room is dead silent.
Oh. I should mention that Hex doesn't have like a touchscreen phone. I know I said swiping earlier, but it's a flip phone.
Awful, and I really hate that.
It was appropriate, honestly.
It's a burner.
Dream's phone is definitely cracked. The screen is fucked up. I think
Awful.
Dream checks to see if they have any messages from Maisie.
You definitely have a lot of messages from Maisie, along the strings of like, "Where are you? I'm starting to get worried," that sort of thing. Around the like first couple of days of your disappearance, and then just sort of like nothing.
Okay, Dream will text back. Got kidnapped, was trapped, broke free, all safe, and then they'll send that.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna need you to just roll like a straight presence to see how well that's gonna go over.
Did you say got kidnapped? Let's
Got
chat.
kidnapped.
I wrote an 18.
Okay. There's no response yet. You sent it
Cool.
off. It's like, again, like 3 a.m. right now, so.
Yeah. They're like, all right, all my business is done now.
You see Estella begins to like sort of scroll through news feeds.
So we're not turning ourselves in, right? I'm not. I don't know about you fuckers, but I'm not.
I'm pretty sure that that's a trap.
Could be. Depends on how we play our cards, I guess.
I ain't never been dumb enough to stick my own head in the trap.
Prallum is snoring.
Wow.
Is he asleep right now?
Seems to be
Looks
that
like
way,
he
yes.
is.
I don't know about him.
He's a smart soldier. You eat when you can, you sleep when you can, because you don't know when you might be able to do it next.
Yeah, I don't know
Well,
what he been through.
Yeah.
If you'd like
Look,
to...
and then Ghost kind of leans over and like nudges Prallum. I smelt that chicken earlier. Can you whip us up a bucket?
When she nudges him, he's startled awake, and his fists are covered in stone spikes.
Oh shit.
Oh, my bad. My bad. What happened?
Oh my god.
Ghost just looks at his hands and then looks back at him and looks at his hands. I was asking if you might be able to whip us up a bucket of fried chicken.
Oh, what, what, what am I trying to say? What
Seasoning?
brand? What
Seasoning?
franchise? What type? Popeyes, Churches?
Ghost looks just like a tiny bit offended. Tiny bit offended.
Nigga
But
said churches.
she takes a breath and says, I wouldn't suppose you know that little Korean spot up on 62nd Street, would you?
Oh yeah, now we talking. Some beer too.
Well, fortunately for you, I have had them once, and I remember what it consists of. So here you
Oh,
go.
yes, Lord.
And
Spicy fried hard for me.
he hands it to you.
Ghost picks up a leg and takes a bite of it, looks at it, chews it, takes another bite.
And you
That's
wanted some.
damn good. I might have to tell Mrs. Yenya that, she might have some competition in the city. And
So I'm thinking of turning myself in.
I
What?
mean, you can miss out on the chicken if you
What?
want, but
Why?
and does somebody want a beer?
Or a war. Dream got like
I'll
3
take
legs in their mouth.
something probably a little bit stronger than a beer.
Okay.
Yeah, I tried doing the whole in the shadows thing. I got caught. My public persona, it's probably a little bit more useful. And if they're saying I'm innocent, then my public persona can stay innocent, and my friend Freebird might be able to keep digging into every fucking thing that goes on.
Are you saying, honey, that you're willing to make yourself a limp dog in order to draw the heat while we do the heavy lifting?
I don't understand half the things you say, but I feel like yes.
Disrespectful.
Ghost clears her throat. What I'm asking, Estrella,
What
is
the
are you
hell?
saying that you will take the lead and draw the heat while we do the actual work of looking for your friends and ours?
Somewhat, yes. I feel like Estrella could get close, or at least closer to Serpent, if they're going to be apologizing for this horrible mishap publicly. And I might be able to get some information to you guys.
They kidnapped us and we were out cold for 6 months, and you think that you can go in by yourself and take them. missing
No.
your arm.
Will not go. I mean, this might be able to. I mean, I can get a cybernetic or something.
Yeah.
I mean, here, let me have a look at it. And Hex is going to continue trying to heal it as much as he can.
Alrighty. You set to work. There's just sort of like this rancid smelling earthy mud that's sort of like continuing to like build and sort of like slop to the ground as it like sort of tries to form an arm.
Ew. Ew.
There's just like dead silence in this empty warehouse as like the sound of wet mud slapping against concrete goes on for about like a minute or so.
Ghost is deep
Well,
in
I've
her
done
phone
all I can
right
do.
now.
Thank you.
Well, you really shouldn't have been in this mess to begin with. None of us really should have. It doesn't feel like it. I haven't done anything that would warrant my own abduction, and most of these claims, and I'll slap the file, are bold-faced lies.
I've definitely done lots of things to earn being arrested, but this is still bullshit. Yeah, she kind of like holds up her file.
Mhm.
This mostly is bullshit. Yeah.
I've done some things. I've never been arrested, but I don't know what I did to get here. And you all look over now, and the recliner is actually a cot now.
Oh.
He's
Jesus Christ.
Can you make some more of those?
Sure. There's one right
Thanks.
behind you.
Or look behind me. You're like Oprah. Look under your seat.
Right? You get a cut. You get a cut. Everybody gets a cut.
Oprah has creation powers confirmed.
Look under your chair. There's a chair.
Confirmed.
There's a chair.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I might turn myself in to the police, maybe. Go home, give my statement, that sort of thing. I think if you guys might be able to follow somewhat stealthily behind, they probably might try and abduct me again, or they might try and bug my house, or they might try and, I guess, magically scry on me.
Maybe you shouldn't be the one. I don't mind doing it. I was on tour anyway, and if they think that kidnapping me is gonna stop that, they're fucking idiots. So
I feel like you could take a little bit of a rest if you were kidnapped.
yeah.
I mean, either way, if any one of us alone turns ourselves in, it's going to make them alone a target. And I don't know, maybe we might just be better prepared if we know they're coming for us, as opposed to whatever the fuck happened 6 months ago.
Mm.
So, you're
I
going
don't
to
know
turn
how the fuck
yourself
they pulled
in,
that off.
trying to make things sweet. To take the heat off of us.
I mean, you'll still definitely be missing persons. I'll have to make up some bullshit story about not knowing where you are and how we all kind of went our separate ways after not trusting each other. And I suppose, I mean, if I did turn myself in and you guys decided I wasn't worth saving, you could just abandon me. But, you know.
If you had to attach a percentage to your confidence, what would it be?
I would say that I am 80% confident that the people of the city are paranoid enough that if I go missing after I publicly make myself known, that a lot of eyes are going to turn towards Serpent. And I'm 100% confident that there's a pair of eyes that Serpent absolutely does not want on them. And she will kind of tap her phone, and you can see footage of that same blue blur.
Mm.
Well, let's say that you don't go missing, but they somehow get you under their control. They turn you into a pawn. Then this will have been for nothing.
I can't be controlled.
Interesting.
It's how I woke up the first time.
Oh.
Now that's pretty nifty.
I think so too.
Look
Well,
at you.
in the meantime, I think everyone should get a rest.
You know, I
And
gotta be honest with y'all.
How
I
you
don't
talking?
see no downsides to this plan right now, but I'm willing to sleep on it.
There's always a downside. We'll find it.
Mm. Hopefully, we won't walk dead into it.
Well, that's the trick.
Playing a lullaby.
All right. I don't have cots. Can you? And she's looking at you, Prallum.
Sure. There's one right behind you.
Is that your thing for the campaign? Right behind you.
He kind of looks behind her.
I love that.
That's
At
pretty
the
mellow.
cot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good night, everyone.
Ghost just looks behind her and then grins and sits down on the cot.
And with that, we take a break.
In that, we take a break. We will be back in about 10 minutes. Thank you all so much for watching. Any door. And you insert the key. There is a wonderful hum as the smell of wood and wine fills your nostrils, and there is a blaring sunlight coming from the other end of the door, and you know what is waiting for you on the other side.
Hex will mumble something out loud. I'll be back. Don't leave while I'm gone. And then opens the door and closes it really quickly.
Anyone awake will just see a sort of bright sort of flash of sunlight, and that it sort of quickly disappears as Hex closes the door behind you, and you find yourself in the tavern.
Yeah. Hex is going to look around, see if anything's changed, see some of the familiar and not familiar patrons before making his way to the bar.
You make your way to the bar, and your familiar face greets you, and you detect just the barest hint of shock on their face as they regard you. Thought you were dead.
I am not. Pleasantly enough, I was... The rumors of my death were dramatically exaggerated.
I owe Ajax $100.
Oops.
Oh, you were betting. You were betting on my death. I see.
Not your permanent death, but at least a temporary one.
These things do tend to happen. How have things been? I'm sorry I was gone. That's
perfectly fine. You'll be glad to know that my well-being does not begin and end with you, although I was a bit worried. Do you have any interesting stories for me?
None in the 6 months that I was apparently asleep for. I have escaped capture. I've met some very interesting and colorful individuals. And now we're planning to how do you say, plant a mole?
Interesting. Does this have anything to do with fables?
Well, not that I know of so far. I haven't enough information for that. It's more of a... Let's see if we can find out more information, and sadly, there's only one person I know that can really get me random-ass information.
I'd be careful if I were you.
And
Curiosity killed the hack and all that.
Yeah. I know, but it's not like I have a choice. You don't get abducted for 6 months and then immediately know what the hell is going on.
I mean, speak for yourself. I've been abducted a couple times.
Oh, and how did that work out for you?
I'm here, aren't I?
Again, true. Are there any words on any new fables that may have come to fruition in my absence?
Plenty. I've got other people on it, though. Seems like you got your hands full. Unless you want a job.
I mean, I'm always willing to take a job, right? Hex the Hound, they call me.
No one calls you that.
Hex licks his lips and looks down.
Oh.
It seems like you only speak the truth. And the truth always hurts, Pandora.
Oh,
We got a name. Pandora.
okay.
The truth sometimes hurts, but it can also be cleansing. If you'd like, I can very much call you Hex the Hound.
That was just a nickname I created on the fly. I wanted to see how it might run. Not really a big fan of that one. Although it would make sense, considering, well, you know who he who shall not be named.
I suppose, yes.
So, yes, about those fables. And can I have a slice of pie? I'm quite ravished.
Coming right up, and she will sort of make her way to the back. Well, yes, I did start to look for you when you went missing a couple months ago. Couldn't find you. There are very few people who can avoid me if I start to look.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Any, interesting names that I should be wary of?
Just the one. Lady Lunacy.
Really? Her? The top dog, big name like that? Having to do with my disappearance? Surely you jest.
She's just sort of staring at you.
Right.
She reaches very slowly beneath the table, pulls out a slice of apple pie, and slides it over to you.
Thank you so much. And Hex will use a nearby fork and cut into this pie. But I don't understand why they would hide me away like that. That doesn't. Nothing seems to be making sense these days, Pandora.
Things rarely do in the realm of magic.
But seriously, Lady Lunacy? Her?
I don't detect a strong involvement, but let's just say I know her traits when I see it. And she will sort of like tuck hair behind her ear, and you know how she looks, Hex. She just kind of gives you that knowing look.
Yeah. Pandora is very resourceful. She knows her stuff. She's been around for eons. Hex kind of, as he's like eating his pie, he goes deep in thought. How is Lady Lunacy involved? Of all the people who have been abducted, why him? What are the odds of him and his misfortune suddenly changing and let him escape? There are a lot of blurry thoughts going on in Hex's mind. Before something else calls to his attention. Oh, one thing, my sister called me. Like, immediately.
Oh, that bitch.
Right?
Oh, wow.
And then she had the nerve to say that she didn't participate. She didn't call me what she called me. She didn't even have the nerve.
Criminal negligence.
She has the nerve to say that she's been following me all this time and didn't even apologize once.
She just kind of like pours you a drink of alcohol.
Hex takes it and drinks it, just shotguns that drink. I don't understand her.
You want my advice?
Sure. Shoot.
Fuck family.
Oh,
I know. You're here.
Amen. You don't have to preach into the choir. I just don't understand why all of a sudden she wants to help. It feels too good to be true.
And when it feels too good to be true, it usually is.
Right. Hex looks kind of sad as Pandora says this. He had almost been hoping that Pandora would have encouraged him to embrace his family once again, but alas. If she's saying fuck family, then she's probably right. She's been through it. Family
And Pandora will kind of see that on you. You've been with her for a while now, and she knows how to read you. And in fact, I'll give you a hero point and say that she has a successful insight on you, since that feels fair.
Yeah.
And you see her face kind of soften. The blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. Hex. Though your sister may be well-intentioned, she does not know what's best for you better than you do. If you are ready to go to her, then go to her. If you are ready to talk with her, then talk with her. But you've been operating on the timetable of your blood relatives for far too long, and I think it would do you some good to operate on your own time for a bit, to do things when you're ready, and not when she's ready to call you after years of silence.
Hex nods his head. Pandora has been a shoulder that he's come to rely on, cry on, and of course do jobs for. Well, you know me best, right? I'm workaholic. You mentioned a fable or something of the sort. What do you need? Or the better question is, whose fable is it?
I think right now, I need you to find who took my star pupil and why, and give them hell.
After hearing that, Hex will smile and he'll sit back in his chair and crack his knuckles. You've got it. And then after that, he'll finish up his pie and head back out to the safe house after giving Pandora a wave.
Okay. You forgot to pay, and you've already closed the door behind you. She'll add it to your tab.
Yeah, after that, he'll curl up for the night, and before he goes to sleep, he will stare at his phone again, looking at his sister's number, before closing the phone and turning over to sleep.
Alright. Anyone else doing anything?
Ghost is laid on the cot, curled up on her side, her eyes closed. She looks like she's asleep, but you can see that the phone in front of her, the screen is lit up, and it's clearly doing stuff. Ghost spends a couple of hours, I guess, learning all that she can about the federal rehabilitation mandate.
Alrighty. I will say roll me... That would be straight intellect, just to see how much you can learn and how much you can retain.
I rolled a 7.
Got
That
careful.
God damn it! Don't I have like eidetic memory or some shit?
You can remember. It's a lot of very inaccessible legal jargon. You're really good at tech jargon, Ghost. Like really, really good. Whatever strange foreign language these politicians are speaking is one that you can understand, like individual words of like what the legislation is supposed to do. You can pull up like summaries of like different points, but in terms of like a deep comprehension of this mandate, it's just a little bit beyond your current comprehension. Might need to sleep on it after, you know, being kidnapped for 6 months and immediately trying to do some research. Yeah.
Fair. Ghost will pick up enough to gain kind of a framework of what it is and just kind of confirm that it can be used the way that Estrella explained it to them. And then, you know, goes ahead and sleeps on it.
All right. Everyone else?
Dream definitely waits till Ghost is asleep since they got her permission and they'd like to dream travel.
All right. Before we cover that, Prallum, is there anything you'd like to do?
The only thing he would have done after probably waking up and noticing everybody else was asleep, he would have raised his cot in the air, like above everybody, out of reach of everybody, and it would have held there while he slept on it.
All right.
Very cool.
Then Dream, as you go into sleep and begin to travel through the realm of dreams, where would you like to go?
I'm looking for any threads regarding like the Rogue Serpent group or like the fight that transpired afterwards. Honestly, if I could find any threads like on the CEO who was talking, like I'm looking, I guess just kind of wandering until something to my ear picks up something.
All right. I will say that you can roll me an investigation check.
Okay. I rolled a
Nice.
21.
21.
Mm-hmm.
How long has it been, Dream, since you have entered the domain which was always yours and in some ways was always you? Far too long. And as you slip through the confines of reality into the place where anything that can be is and everything that isn't might be, there is a sense that for humans might be equivalent of a very good stretch or like a very good popping of joints that you didn't realize had tensed for a long time. Physical form does not suit you, and it is very good to be back where you belong.
Mm-hmm.
And so you navigate. I was assuming you don't linger too long to decipher what it is that Ghost is dreaming. You sort of travel along the highways of
Hell no,
everything that
I
is.
go.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't want to see what Ghost is dreaming. They like open the door, then immediately like open the door to like the dream highway.
Absolutely. So as you shift into this dimension of dreams, you go from Ghost and you look for beings that might be dreaming of ghosts, might be dreaming of ghosts' escape, might have lingering regrets on what might have been done, what should have been done, of what could have been done to prevent this escape. And I'd like you to name a number between 1 and 20.
Oh, I can name one? 4.
You immediately, Dream, grasp the adjacency of someone whose dreams are laced with not only ghosts, but you recognize yourself. You recognize a few other similar strands of your new companions, if they can be even called companions. And you follow it. I would like you to roll me a will save now.
Oh, shit. Okay. Bum, bum. I got a nat 20 for a total of 30.
Shit.
All righty. Dream, as you begin to make your way through this space, weight is immaterial here, but the idea of your feet feel heavier and more rooted in reality than they have been in a long time. You are not at your full power. You haven't been for even longer than you've been kidnapped, and you know whose fault it is.
That bitch.
You can feel your current form being unaccustomed to the sheer scope and magnitude of this realm of dreams. You can feel it clawing and tearing and ripping at you. It doesn't recognize you in this form, and so the volatile, malicious, unpredictable nature of the realm of dreams is having trouble listening to you as fervently and as orderly as it usually does. But you push through it. And with a single step, you assert yourself in this space. And you find yourself in the dream of a man. You find yourself back in the facility. Back gazing through the various warehouses and different pods and different cabins, different rooms, hallways. You see the alarm blazing. You can see your fellow soldiers, your fellow serpent soldiers, trying to break through a door that seems to be locked with stone. And most of all, you feel a fear. You feel a fear of what is going to happen to you if these individuals escape, of what it will mean for the world if these individuals escape. There is a flash forward, and you are in the middle of a firefight. The red and blue of police sirens are everywhere. Bullets are whizzing past your head. Your armor is protecting you from the majority of them. The police have always and will always be inferior to serpent technology, and you send a blast of pure heat and plasma into another police vehicle, and it explodes, and you see cops sort of scatter behind them.
Jeez.
And you look to your left to shout orders to your friends, and you see they're gone. You look to your right to see what the police have done to them, and you see the police are also gone. And as you look behind you, towering over you, a shining figure who seems to be lit by the sun despite the darkness of the night that you have been fighting in for God knows how long. You see a bright navy blue astronaut's unitard with a long flowing starlight cape. The symbol of the setting sun emblazoned upon their chest and the annoyingly perfect white teeth of Horizon Man smile down at you and say, well, that's enough of that. And in a moment of sheer panic and instinct, you reach up to fire at him, and the gun just disintegrates in your hand. And before you know it, you are being lifted by your collar. Now, where are the hostages? And the moment you begin to feel pressure start to increase on your neck, you start awake and you are shunted out of the dream.
Dream kind of sits up in a startled, like a startled way, and wipe the sweat from their brow. And they curse. They're like, "Fuck, why?" They look around to see if anybody else is up, and probably sees everyone sleeping. And so
You look and you see Estrella just sort of like clutching the gun that she stole to her chest, and she does not look like she has slept, and she's like very much like looking at you as you like start awake.
oh shit. I look at her and I ask, or I say, I can keep watch so you can sleep. You look like you fucking need it.
Gee, thanks.
No offense.
None taken, I guess. If I sleep, you're gonna know what I dream?
No. I'm done traveling for the night. And you told me no, so I'm not gonna go on your dreams.
Roll either persuasion or deception.
Hmm. I
Nice,
rolled
nice.
persuasion for a 13.
I'll keep watch.
And Dream kind of just sits up in their cot, grabs their guitar, and just plucks different melodies. And I think in that moment they share what they saw. So, saw this person's dream, don't know who it is. And they just go into they just detail what they saw.
Right. As you detail your dream to Estrella, she seems to sort of be deep in thought, and she kind of clutches her gun a little bit tighter. Fuck.
Doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good at all.
No. I don't know if... And she kind of looks around at the like very bare bones, like abandoned warehouse. I don't know if this is enough to hide from him if he's looking for us for whatever reason.
I mean, I could buy us a place and, under a fake name and kind of loop it through a few accounts, I'm sure. If they haven't fucked with my money, now that I think about it.
That's what I'm saying. You're a public figure. People are going to notice, and people did notice if you up and say, hey, these fuckers did something. I feel like you might be a certain degree of untouchable if we just kind of stop fighting in the shadows. If we're hiding, then no one will hear us scream. And I think that's what I'm scared of.
Can I, insight check her?
Roll me an insight check, Dream.
Okay. I just want a general, vibe check. Okay, I have a nat 20 for a total of 25.
Vibe check.
The amount of nat 20s.
What are you
that
looking
thrown
for specifically? God damn, you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, what am I looking for specifically? I guess I'm looking for what the fuck has her this is definitely a situation in which one should be shook, right? But what has her so shook, so like wound so tightly, I guess. I'm looking for like
On
what is kind of like what are you hiding? Like what's the deal?
yeah, on a nat 20, she's missing a fucking arm.
Yeah.
She got kidnapped for like 6 months, and you reckon that whoever she was like running with before were people that she somewhat trusted, and they're gone now, and now she's with you, and she doesn't know if you're gonna like eat her dreams or something. And everyone else also seems to be like keeping secrets, and like it's just she's in a very tense situation, and she is, best you can tell, not accustomed to being on this much of a back foot in terms of what it is she does.
Okay, that makes sense.
In terms of what she's hiding, a fuck ton. There's a fuck ton she's not telling you, but none that you think is in the terms of I'm going to betray you.
Cool. Okay, I can live with that. I think Dream will say, I'll keep it. I'll be honest with you. I'm not interested in what it is that you have going on. I just I don't want this shit to fuck up what the lifestyle that I'm accustomed to. I would like answers. I want to go back to my apartment. I want to fucking be able to perform. I don't want to have to like now we're tossed into this situation that we're gonna become like fucking Firebird, Phoenix. I don't fucking
Freebird.
remember.
Freebird.
Yeah.
You say Phoenix, and you see her knuckles like turn white on the gun.
They hold their hands up. Like, I'm sorry. It's just, it's a lot. Maybe I'm not handling it well. And they think back to like fucking Life's voice in their ear. And like the tune they're playing it just changes. It's a little harsher. They don't keep it louder because they don't want to wake up everybody, but and I don't eat dreams. Who does that? And they scoff.
I don't know what you do.
I just travel through dreams. I can observe them if I'm in there, but I'm not really into that unless, it's entertaining.
Yeah,
Except for
that's not helping.
You're right, it's not. I'm just being honest.
I'll be honest with you. You all seem really powerful, and it makes me really, really worried to think what Serpent could do if they got you and could make you do what they wanted. I'd very much like to see that not happen.
Both. And I mean that's honestly the concern I have with you turning yourself in. I do think, I mean, let's be honest, me trying to sneak around, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, you're kind of loud. No offense.
Thank you. So I don't mind playing bait. I just don't. They kind of shudder. I don't want to be trapped.
Yeah, me either. I don't do good in cages.
How do you know how it all, like, you started the breakout?
Yeah. My... All right, you travel through dreams. I guess travel through an entity of sorts. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it really, really doesn't like cages. You know that whole joking thing where villains can't be caught for more than a couple weeks before they break out?
Yeah.
I think whatever this thing is inside me, I think it's the one responsible for that. I can't be caught. And the fact that I was for 6 months before I got out, the things that they know how to do to me now, it's worrisome.
Did they have information on how to take you down in your file?
She nods.
This is so fucked. So, can you control that thing? They kind of like motion a finger to like the center of her chest, the thing inside of you.
Sometimes I can control a few like the lesser things. I can talk to birds. That's fun.
Nice party trick.
Yeah. In terms of the bigger things, though, I've just been kind of improvising.
Okay, we can work with improv. They kind of just get comfortable in the cot, and I don't think Dream sleeps that night. They just chill out.
All right. I would like you to then roll me a fortitude save, please, as you stay up the whole night.
Oh yeah, 22.
22. You're a fucking rock star. All right. Let's be real.
Come on, I go on centers all the time.
Let's be real. Like, yeah, you stay up all night and you're fucking fine the next day.
Nice.
Let's see how Estella does. Estella is also fine.
Nice.
So the night continues on. Both you and Estella just sort of staying up through, keeping watch, keeping everyone safe. And the sun rises on a bright new horizon on Prism City. And that is where we're going to end this session.
All right.
Good morning, Prison City.
I'd like to thank everyone for joining us. I'd like to thank my players for having the wonderfulest and most patient of time with this new fucking system that none of us know how to use.
Love it.
It's fun.
Good time.
And I very much look forward to see what utter chaos you guys are going to get up to in this horrible and destructible little sandbox I've built for you.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to fuck it up.
Wonderful. We gonna blow shit up.
Sand everywhere.
So in that case, outros. I'm Apple Juice. It's spelled like Beetlejuice. I'm Apple Juice, spelled like Beetlejuice, pretty much everywhere. TikTok, and that's about it. TikTok and Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's me, honestly. Shadow, how about you?
All right. Well, my name is Shadow the Wiz. You can find me on Twitter at Shadow the Wiz. I recently changed my Twitch to Shadow the Wiz as well. That also means I need to change that in the ending screen. But yeah, you can find me
yeah.
predominantly there.
Hey y'all, I'm Kay. I go by Phenomenon mainly on TikTok. I think I still have a Twitter account and an Instagram account, but I'm basically never ever there. So yeah, fun time.
Oh, Plasmoke. Plasmoke on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And if you play Xbox, Plasmoke 0 on Xbox.
And I'm King V everywhere, King with a Y. Sometimes with a period in the middle, sometimes with an underscore in the middle. Everywhere. And thank y'all so much for hanging with us.
Yes, thank
Yep.
y'all.
Yep.
You can catch our Wayward Escapees on the, not next Sunday, but next Wednesday, the Wednesday after that, 9 EST, 6 PST, where they definitely won't all die.
Definitely. Of course not.
Party kindness. Remember that?
Total party kindness indeed. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Peace.
Bye.